What's up, man? Hey, listen,
Not
I,
much.
I still got to get this thing sorted out. But hey, I just said, you know what? Let's just have the conversation. And a lot of y'all already know what the conversation is gonna be about. Um, but one thing I do not want to make it about is I don't want it to come from a place of making it personal, right? Because in the end, it's business, and I understand business. But at the same time, I do feel like certain questions were not answered. There's certain things I am gonna critique. I loved your YouTube short, by the way. That was that one.
That came from a place of that was me just dissecting what I saw, bro. I'm sorry.
All right. So look, first things first. Okay. I did have some videos I wanted to share, but because of the transition from the old computer to this new computer and then not having a guest and trying to figure all kind of stuff out, listen, I'm sorry I won't be able to play the videos for my guests to be able to hear it as well. But we are going to go through this, all right? I want to first say I was super disappointed because there's a video that I did when I went to the HQ. And one of their employees named Phil said that he wants drivers to feel the support. The human element is like super important. Matter of fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the audio so you can hear it, right? So, because I really want everyone to hear what's said in that video, okay? Because it's super important before I make my point. All right, so let's check this out. Let me know if you're able to hear it first, okay? Here we have Phil.
How you doing, everybody?
All right, Phil, what's your position at DeliverThat?
I am the supervisor here in the driver ops department.
Okay, and what are your responsibilities?
My job is to make sure that we have everybody in the proper place to respond to drivers who need immediate assistance, live delivery support. It's our job to make sure that they feel the assistance.
Okay, when you say feel, I saw the emphasis on
Absolutely.
that. Like, what do you mean feel? Like what?
Just engaging, quick response times, not just quick calls, but making sure that before we get off the call, any other need that they need met is met.
That one thing I've heard from drivers all across the nation, right? Whoever contacts me, let's just say that, right? Is they always say the DeliverThat support compared to their competitors and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It is A1.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how do you respond to that?
One, I just appreciate it. Hearing that just tells me that what we're doing is working. Mm-hmm. But we try to be human first and then think about the business second, because we understand life happens, things go on. But we want to make sure that we don't lose that human element when we're engaging with our drivers.
Now you hear all that? You heard that, right?
Oh, we feeling it all right. We feeling it.
So this is the part that disappointed me because it's the way they went about doing it. Now, obviously, a lot of us here watched that live stream. And another thing I was disappointed about was having over 200 and however many people in the live stream, and they only answered a handful of questions. At one point, I felt like they were just talking to themselves. Well, talking to each other. I mean, it's like, yes, they were answering certain questions, but I just felt like they were talking to each other. What's your take on that?
They came in. It was pretty obvious, right? They came in with a list of questions that they were going to talk about. That was just it. So to call it Q&A it wasn't a Q&A. It was we're going to talk about what we're going to talk about. Basically, that's basically what happened.
And
we knew that was
promote what we're going to promote.
Yeah. It wasn't a Q&A, so they should have just not called it that if it was going to be a Q&A. Because
Right.
Q&A would be answering the questions in the chat, and not putting the important questions behind a paywall. Basically,
that really looked bad. From my perspective, that really looked bad. There was some really good questions in there, and I had screenshots, I had all these things, but I'm like, you know what? A lot of people that's here probably were there too. and they saw a lot of those questions. So I feel like, man, there's no need to really like revisit that when that happened on Wednesday and today's Saturday.
It's pretty fresh.
It is still pretty fresh. But going back to that human element, to hear how many drivers actually reached out to me to complain before I received the update, and I tried to get information to those drivers to, just try to figure things out, right? To try to help walk them through something I have no idea on how to get through this. It was just, man, it was just like, what happened to that human element? That's why I went back to that video and I'm like, I thought you wanted us to feel the support, but in this case, you were ignoring people that were sending, or if you wasn't completely ignoring, you were responding with canned responses that it was just like, hey, just say this, just say that. I gave my feedback through text message, which I guess went viral in the DeliverThat community on Facebook, but I gave my feedback. They responded to me, hey, sorry about that. It's like, where's the feeling that you wanted me to feel? Where's the support you wanted me to feel based on what you shared in that video? That's the part that really disappointed me. What was your most disappointing part? I saw your question and I was just like, that secretly part.
Super Chad, Noah Grind, great guy. Appreciate that. Supporting the puppies. He said, why was this a secret and no transparency? I think that we can say that, over communicating, under communicating, however it was handled, there's going to be gripes. And so it's unfortunate that it's viewed that it was an under communicated type of rollout.
We could be over communicating or under communicating. Like, no, we never accuse you guys right now of over communicating. Let's get that out of the way. No one has ever said that. Yeah, no one has ever said you're over communicating right now. No, I don't think I've ever heard that. But that hurt. But the main takeaway from that whole live stream, I think we all need to like kind of think about is having secret metrics.
Yeah.
I mean, we got these invisible metrics happening on DeliverThat, apparently.
Right.
Like, you're on time, you're delivering to this, the people are giving you great feedback and all this, but we don't see the metric. And like I can go and delivered right now and see my metrics. I can go metrics.
You can know
DoorDash, Uber Eats. I can go in any other app and see my metrics.
Where you're failing and where to fix it.
Yeah, but we have these magical secret metrics that they keep talking about. It's coming. It's how you got to make sure you do this, or you won't get the good exclusives. They kept saying that, and it was just frustrating because you can't say stuff like that without seeing the number. We got to see some numbers here. So that was the most frustrating thing to me. I know what the answers the question that I asked was frustrating, but that was a huge takeaway that they're saying stuff like that with nothing to back it up.
We're gonna get to the chat in a minute. All right, but just give me a second here, chat. There's a lot. Obviously, I could dissect a whole lot that was discussed, right?
Yeah.
One, I did not like the fact that they only answered a handful of questions in an hour. To me, a live Q&A, you're supposed to get as many questions answered as possible, not saying things like, the food is cooked or, just like rambling on. I felt like there was a lot of rambling. There was a lot of rambling just to let the time go by or to waste the time.
Filling the time, yeah.
Right? So at the end of the day, man, me personally, I don't feel anything as far as, yes, there was a business relationship we had, but I don't feel like, oh man, I'm not in my feelings so bad. And I'm like, man, I'm not ever taking another order on DeliverThat. I'm just like, no, you know what?
Right.
You know what? All right, y'all do y'all thing. I just said, and a lot of people that I've had conversations with, I've just said like, they've gone corporate. That's all it is. They've gone corporate. Yes, I did have contacts. Yes, all of these things, yada, yada, yada. But I now understand that they are just gonna run their business as they see fit.
Back again like flu season. I broke records while loose leafing. I'm coming now, my roof leaving. Don't give a fuck, I don't care. Did the by my lonesome. No wonder now I'm on one. No shortcuts on that long run. All I really want is my share. Get him, I got him, I told him it's nothing. In the discussion, all them feelings I throw all my pain on percussion. It's disgusting. I hear them bragging about that they did, and it do not move me, not in the least. They ain't been dropping no seeds in the soil, but swear that you on my spot at the feast. I've been on go mode, showboat, rowboat, wave ride. Cool shorty, too naughty, pool party, wet for the